Welcome to the second part of my seasonal skincare routine, this time for the season of fall. This is nighttime, as you can probably tell by the full face of makeup I am wearing, and like I said in the first video, my morning skincare routine, I do tackle different skin issues depending on the season, and the thing I am going to focus on with my routine for fall is lightening the hyperpigmentation that came up during summer. That you probably can't see because I'm wearing quite a bit of makeup and there's the studio lights, but it will be revealed during the process of removal. Just like in the morning skincare routine, I'm going to include the device I am using as part of my usual evening routine. But first things first, taking off my makeup, and I'm going to do this with this Florasis cleansing oil. I prefer oils in the summer, but I want to finish that up. It's really beautiful. And I just warm it up in my hands and then start massaging it into the skin. And as you can see, it already starts to break down all the makeup, and that will get even better when I emulsify it. I just wet my hands for that and go in, and you can see it starts to emulsify and gets even better at breaking down the makeup I am wearing. And this one rinses clean, so you could just rinse it under the sink. I'm going to use a washcloth because I don't have a sink in here. And because I wasn't only wearing a full face of makeup, but I also wore this makeup and did 1 hour of sweaty exercise, I'm going to double cleanse. I don't always do this, but right now I feel my skin needs it. And because the weather is already cooler, I'm going in with something that I know is not stripping or irritating. The Ordinary's Glucoside Foaming Cleanser. It is what I would call a nice cleanser. Like, you set it up in your hands if they are wet, or you use water if you use it as a first cleanse and then massage it in. It's a nice cleanser in terms of it is very good at what it does, but it doesn't make my heart sing. It's just a workhorse. It gets the job done but doesn't spark joy. Gonna remove that, be right back. And now with my face all clean and fresh, it's time for my device, which at nighttime is an LED mask. I'm going to show you the current body skin one. Turn it on. I don't always wear this one. I'm testing different ones. I have like 2 or 3 more lined up, but this is the one I've used most and the one I keep coming back to, so I wanted to include it in this video. And now I'm going to speed that up because 10 minutes is quite long to sit here and ramble on. You remove it, and you might see this is something that I get with all masks. I have like some redness on my nose. Either my nose is really big, I don't think so, or I just can't get the mask to sit quite right. And then just to freshen everything up, I'm using the Timeless AH spray with Matrixyl. And no, I do not think that the peptides in there will have a significant effect when sprayed on the face, but I like it. It's refreshing, has a very, very subtle rose scent. This is how every evening looks like. And now my skincare routine kind of splits. I have Tretinoin Nights and have non-Tretinoin Nights. I use Tretinoin every other night because that is just what works for my skin. Even after years of using it, I can't build up to full strength every night. But that's fine. My adult acne is under control with that combination. So either it is a Tretinoin night or a non-Tretinoin night. I'm going to show you the non-Tretinoin night now, and we'll come back tomorrow with future me showing you the Tretinoin night. First thing is the Night Copper Peptide Amino Isolate Serum 3, a staple. I have been using it for a long time. There are more affordable ones, but this one has the best texture, and I always buy it when it's on sale during their Slovember, which is when it is more affordable. And while that sinks in, I'm gonna do eye cream. Murad Retinol Youth Renewal Eye Serum that I've been enjoying for years, and yeah, I use it as an eye cream and I like it because it's non-irritating, and I like to use retinoids around my eyes to prevent fine lines, or in my case, no longer fine lines. Now that this one has sunk in, I'm going in with a second serum. Totally do not need 2 serums, but I like them. This is the Estee Lauder Advanced Night Repair. Again, pricey, but it has been a staple in my routine. And I think that the fermented ingredients really do help. So far, this is kind of my regular routine, and nothing that is specifically targeted at hyperpigmentation, lightening hyperpigmentation. I have 2 steps in my morning routine, and now I have 2 steps in my evening routine. One is tonight, and this is, as last step, I'm using the Inkillis Alpha Arbutin. It is called a serum. On my skin it works as a moisturizer, and alpha-arbutin is the precursor of hydroquinone, which would be prescription, and my hyperpigmentation isn't as bad, so I don't think I need hydroquinone at the moment. So it's just alpha-arbutin all over, and always leftovers on the chest because, yeah, sun damage. And that's that. Future me is going to see you tomorrow. Me again. I just finished my LED treatment, and then I'm going in with the spray, just like yesterday. And then I'm going in with a different serum, and I'm using the ordinary niacinamide plus zinc. While niacinamide does help with brightening hyperpigmentation a little bit, it's one of the many things it does, I don't use it mainly for that purpose. But well, when fighting hyperpigmentation, every little bit counts. So even if it helps just a little, that's quite well. But I also like it because niacinamide helps my skin tolerate the tretinoin better. It's like stabilizing for the skin barrier, and sometimes it gets a little windy and harsh, and that can lead to irritation on my skin with a prescription. So that's great. After the serum, obviously eye cream. It's the same I used yesterday, the one from Murad. As a moisturizer, I'm using the Murad Quick Relief Moisture Treat, which is actually meant as like a treatment for eczema-prone skin, but I like it all over. And this just goes in a thin layer all over my face, and then I let that completely absorb, so it forms like a protective film between my skin and the tretinoin that I'm going to apply next. And now that everything is kind of dry and I can't be bothered to sit here any longer, I am using my prescription. This is a prescription treatment. It's not the strongest form of tretinoin. It's 0.05 tretinoin, but yeah, as I said, my adult acne is gone with that, so no need to increase the dosage. And I just like pea-sized amount, and then I dot that all over my face. Stay clear from right around the mouth and my eye area, and yeah, then I spread it. And I work from the inside of my face outward, because around the corners of the lips and in here, if tretinoin pools in there, this can lead to bad irritation. And that's that. 2 nights of skincare routine with a focus on targeting hyperpigmentation and keeping my adult acne at bay. See you soon. Bye.